The year 2026 will mercilessly end the era of heavy matter to catapult you into a new reality where your thought creates the world instantly. Do you also have that inexplicable feeling that the world around us isn't just changing, but that the very rules of the game are being literally rewritten? Many of you might remember the years 2015 and 2016, when talk began of a massive shift that was supposed to culminate in 2020. And when we look back today, we see that 2020 truly was a turning point. It was a global initiation. But what is coming now in 2026 is something much bigger. If 2020 was the storm that shook the foundations of our house, then 2026 will be the moment we learn to fly, because the ground beneath our feet is ceasing to exist in the form we knew it. We stand on the threshold of a new era. This isn't just another astrological transit. It is a complete shift in the energetic frequency of planet Earth. A transition awaits us, from density to lightness, from matter to energy. To understand what's happening, we must look at what we are leaving behind. Since 2008, Pluto has been transiting through Capricorn. Capricorn represents structure, government, banking systems, hierarchy, and matter. It was an era of heavy, earthy energy. We all felt it. The pressure to perform, the feeling of heaviness, collapsing old systems of healthcare, education, and politics. Everything ossified and dysfunctional had to start cracking. It was a time when we were forced to confront the shadows of power and control. Tell me down in the comments, did you feel that heaviness in recent years too? That pressure that something had to break? Let me know if you sense that old energy finally leaving. And in 2023, and definitively in January 2024, Pluto left this sphere and entered Aquarius, where it will remain for a long 20 years, until 2044. This is the first act of our prophecy. Pluto is the planet of power and transformation. Aquarius is the sign of air, frequency, electricity, and freedom. We are moving from the era of I have and I control to the era of we know and we share. What does this mean for our reality? It means the end of materialism as we know it. The old energy of Capricorn forced us to hoard, to build heavy walls, and secure ourselves with possessions. The energy of Aquarius is about the flow of information, about invisible realms. Pluto in Aquarius will bring to light things that have hitherto been hidden or suppressed. We are talking about the disclosure of advanced technologies, the true rise of artificial intelligence, miniaturization of chips to a level we can barely imagine today, but also disclosures regarding extraterrestrial life and space travel. The boundary between what is here and what is there will begin to dissolve. Pluto in Aquarius returns power to the people. It is the power of the collective. It is the power of freedom to be who you are, regardless of where you come from. But this freedom requires us to give up old certainties. We will no longer be able to lean on external authorities because they will crumble in the new, faster frequency. And here comes the second act of this cosmic play. In 2025, two other giants joined this dance, Neptune and Uranus. And this is the moment when the story becomes truly fascinating. Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, but also deepest spirituality, leaves its home sign of Pisces and enters the sign of Aries in 2025 and definitively in January 2026. Let's pause here for a moment. Pisces is water, emotion, merging. Aries is fire, beginning, individuality. Neptune in Aries is an absolutely unique constellation that hasn't occurred for generations. Aries rules the head, Neptune rules the feet. Here, a connection of the entire body occurs, from head to toe. This constellation will birth a new generation of leaders. But they won't be the leaders we know from the past, politicians in suits reading prepared speeches. These will be leaders who lead with compassion, heart, and connection to higher consciousness. Leaders who understand that every single individual is a key part of the whole. But every coin has two sides. Neptune in Aries also carries the risk of false prophets. We will see the rise of people claiming to be gurus or gods, and we will need to engage a tremendous amount of discernment. We will have to learn to lead ourselves from within so we don't fall for the pleasing illusions of an external savior. Simultaneously, in July 2025, the planet Uranus shifted from Taurus to Gemini. If you felt the last few years were weird or stuck, that was Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is the planet of lightning-fast changes, revolution, and the future. Taurus is the slowest and most material sign of the zodiac. Uranus in Taurus was like lightning trapped in stone. It wanted freedom, but matter held it back. This created that tremendous tension we felt: threats of shortages, supply chain problems, fear about food and resources. But in 2025, Uranus took a breath in Gemini, and Gemini is an air sign. It is the sign of communication, speed, and mind. When Uranus, the higher octave of the mind, meets Gemini, something occurs that we can call warp speed. Technology and development will gain such momentum that the human brain, if it remains set to the old operating system, won't keep up. We are talking about a revolution in transport, medicine, virtual reality. What we have seen so far was just the prelude. With Uranus in Gemini, the boundaries between biology and technology will begin to blur. We will witness things that look like sci-fi today. Houses built in a single day and dismantled the next. Manipulation of atoms and molecules at a level where we will be able to manifest objects almost immediately. Here we get to the core of this prophecy. Notice the shift in elements. The three slowest planets, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, are leaving the elements of earth and water. They are leaving what is heavy, what pulls downwards, what requires combustion and toil to move. And they are collectively entering the elements of air and fire. Air and fire tend upwards. It is the energy of spirit, the energy of light, the energy of instant action. It is a process we can call the Great Lightning. We are heading into an era where we won't need to own so many things. Remember those scary predictions like, "You will own nothing and you will be happy." From the perspective of the old world, it sounds like a dystopia. But from the perspective of the new frequency of the coming years, it has a profound spiritual subtext. We won't need to hoard so much because we will be able to create in the present moment. Our physical bodies will begin to change. We won't need heavy food as much. We are becoming, literally and figuratively, lighter beings. Scientists tell us we see only 1% of the light spectrum. What is in the remaining 99%? With the arrival of Pluto in Aquarius and Uranus in Gemini, we will begin to peek into these invisible spheres. We will start to understand that we are not just flesh and bone, but infinite consciousness having a temporary human experience. Doors are opening to immortality, to understanding time not as a linear line, but as a space in which we can move. But, and this is a big but, this change won't be free. When the world speeds up, and when old certainties crumble, and new technologies start changing the definition of what it means to be human, our minds might start to panic. Therefore, the most important message for the coming years is this: you must find silence within yourself. The outside world will be chaotic, it will be fast, it will be unpredictable. The only certainty you will have is your own center, your own essence. It is essential that you start practicing grounding now, in the preparatory period, whether it's yoga, meditation, being in nature, or simple conscious breathing. You must build an anchor, because when the winds of change pick up, only those firmly anchored in their center will be able to surf these new frequencies instead of drowning in them. A simplification of life awaits us. Paradoxically, the more complex and faster technology and the world out there become, the simpler our inner lives and daily habits will have to be to withstand it. Fewer decisions about trivialities, more focus on the essential. In 2025, Saturn in Aries also briefly joined this mix, which just adds fuel to the fire. It will be the energy of awakening, Kundalini energy rising up the spine. It is vertical energy. Everything forces us to straighten up, lift our heads, and look at the stars. We are on the threshold of merging man and machine. We will stand before ethical questions we've only dealt with in movies so far. How will we enhance our bodies? Where does the human end and artificial intelligence begin? These are all themes of Pluto in Aquarius, but don't let it scare you. Remember that underneath all the chaos, underneath all the changes in governments and systems, positive evolution is taking place. We are getting rid of the burden. We are taking off old coats that were already too small and heavy for us. We are learning that we are creators. And it is definitely not the end of the world. It is the end of one mode of existence and the beginning of something new. It is an invitation to stop sleepwalking and wake up to our full power, to realize that we are filled with light and infinite possibilities. So when you feel the world around you spinning too fast, stop. Breathe. Realize that you are the calm point in the center of the hurricane. Timelines are changing, history is being rewritten, but your consciousness is eternal. Welcome to the new era. Welcome to the age of air and fire. And get ready, because we are just lifting off.